Well, just a topical humor, and it's live. Just waiting for Jay to come back in here.
Oh, it's right when I pressed it, you went out.
You can hear me though, right?
I can hear you, but it's got your 2006
Picture,
Tryst picture. Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know why that's on there.
It's awesome.
Actually kind of funny. It's like a JAI. When he talks, it's just his picture, and there's like a little vibrating light that goes off.
Instead of her, Jay's become him.
You see it? Does it pop up on your screen?
It does. It like pulsates.
Hello, Ryan.
You're blowing me a kiss, or who are you blowing a kiss to?
Oh, landscape.
Landscape.
It's like the landscape that goes black.
Move.
Oh, does it?
Unless you want it. You want to be on the show?
All right, just leave it.
You want to be in the show? Oh yeah.
It works.
You had the Panty Bowl this week, huh?
That's right.
Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, go.
All right.
Yeah. Be able to do like half the show. Shoot.
All right, let's start it off. Let's welcome everyone to week 6 on the SFL Live. Like to thank Billy for showing up again. What's up, Billy?
All good, all good.
All good.
Show.
We got Big J in the house. He's on a timetable. Just get some input from him as he can. And then, of course, Pierre is here as usual. What up, P? The Captain P. So, yeah. Welcome to SFL Live week 6, and we'll start it off right here.
Cue the music.
Recap it.
So yeah, let's we're gonna start right off and recap what happened last week. A lot of interesting matchups, and the first one I got here is Billy versus Kerry.
That was one of the worst losses I've ever had by 1.92. I'd rather get blown out than lose by a point and 1.92, but it is what it is. Congrats, Kerry. You know, it was a pretty close matchup. I mean, down to the wire on Monday night. I was hoping that the defense didn't do anything, but that last sack screwed me. So.
No, if you no, I was gonna say there's nothing you could have done.
No, well, I could have flexed Pitta instead of having fucking Matt Jones. Oh, sorry. Instead of having Matt Jones in there. Yeah.
Yeah, but Matt Jones had a good week the week prior, so he didn't. You weren't gonna expect him to have that bad of a game.
Yeah, he did lose a fumble, which kind of cost me a little bit too.
Yeah, it's never good.
But Kerry made some good waiver pickups. She picked up Carson Wentz.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Cameron Bratt with that one catch that put her over the top. So
Randall Cobb finally having a good game for the first time this year.
Yeah, of all the games he has at this game. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That is the SFL for you. Everything is down to the wire, it seems like lately.
My records indicate that Tony, Billy, and Parker picked Billy. Jay, myself, and Pierre picked Kerry. And so I got the recap from last week. Pierre went 2-3 on picks. I went 3-2. Billy went 1-4.
Wow.
Jay went 3-2. Tony went 2-3, and Parker went 3-2. So Billy and Pierre, you got beat out by a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. 7-year-old. All right.
It's okay.
So that was a tough loss, Billy.
Yeah, it happens to the best of them, Billy.
So the Yahoo trivia, that was the 4th highest losing score in the league this season with 183.
138.
138.
That's a pretty high score. You know, if you get around 140, you probably expect to win most weeks.
And knocked to, so 6 teams are at 2 and 3 right now. It's an interesting year so far. Everyone's in the hunt. Last year we had some people at 1 and 4, but man, everyone's got at least 2 wins, and it's anybody's ball game at this point.
What is that? From 2nd all the way to 10th, and only 1 game separates 2nd place from last place.
Yeah. So you can go worst to first real quickly.
Good effort, Billy.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to Christina versus Tony. Christina came back. She scored twice as much points as she scored last week somehow.
Had a lineup in this week.
Yeah, she played her real lineup, and it really kicked someone's ass. So, I mean.
Wisely sat Eli Manning this week, who only had 9.6 points. Wisely.
Yeah. Eli's getting dropped in a lot of leagues. He's getting single digits almost every week.
Looked good. Tony not playing Martellus Bennett for the 4th time this season, even though he catches a touchdown every week, is not doing him any justice here.
I think he played him once and he scored like 3 points, and then now he can't. It's like betting the wrong roulette.
Yeah.
I think he played him when Jacoby Brissett was the starting quarterback, and I mean, you got to expect that coming from Jacoby Brissett. So.
In that 33-point performance, he still would have lost by 20 points.
So does he get to start 2 quarterbacks now with Terrell Pryor and Matt Ryan? Is Pryor going to be listed as a receiver, even though he was on the field playing quarterback at the end of the game?
Is Pryor the quarterback now?
Kessler's going to start this week. He's banged
is he good?
Yeah, Kessler's playing.
I laughed my ass off.
What was the Flutie Magic pick of the week? You picked Pierre, right?
I picked Pierre to beat me. We'll talk about that.
That was a hell of a pick, by the way.
That was the first Flutie Magic win. So,
I locked.
Good choice.
What did I pick as a lock?
Your lock. I mean, we'll talk about it as it goes, but
I just don't remember.
I picked you and Lou to go over, and no, I didn't. I was short like 30 points.
Yeah. We'll talk about it when we get to that matchup. Yeah. So Christina versus Tony. Me, Jay, and Parker picked Christina. Tony, Billy, and Pierre picked Tony. So Christina ended up blowing this one out.
Pick Billy?
I couldn't hear you. What?
See what happens when you pick Tony, Billy? You lose big.
Well, it happens.
All right, so Christina goes to 3 and 2. Tony drops down to the 2 and 3 pile, and we can move on to Lou and Jay.
Oh man,
Lou took this one.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Tony was the only one to pick Lou, and this was actually Tony's upset pick of the week. So Tony, cue the music. He's got something going there. Yeah. And if you need something from Tony, hit him up. Is what he says.
137.40 for Lou. Winston's winners 136.66. It doesn't get any closer.
Decimals.
I don't know if everyone saw my Facebook post, but I lost 1 point on Jameis Winston taking a voluntary sack to get his kicker in a better position.
Oh no! You would have won by like
lucky Lou
fractions.
I would have won by 0.26 or whatever. 0.24.
Oh, that's brutal.
But it happens, I guess. To me, every year I lost by 0.0. Steve,
you got to be happy. Elliott, dude. Elliott.
Man,
that offensive line is just unbelievable.
Yeah, both your running backs have been putting on lately. So I mean, Carlos Hyde and Zeke.
And then, I mean, I should have won. I just baffled by the Ravens coaching. Every time Terrence West touched the ball, he basically got 8 yards, and there was huge holes every time he ran the ball. And he even said something. If you click on his name on the Yahoo breakdown, it said that Mark Trestman made head-scratching moves, not giving him the ball and forcing Flacco to throw 45 times. So, I mean, if he gets the ball and gets 2 more yards. I went 1 more yard, and I win the matchup. But well,
you got a lot to look forward to with Marty Morningweg as the offensive coordinator now.
oh, they fired Trustman?
Yeah, Trustman got fired on Monday. It's Marty Morningweg, the OC now.
Does he like to run the ball?
He likes to do everything. He's the Eagles OC for a while. He did a lot of. He's more of a option type guy, run pass option.
Well, you know what killed me was Lou having the Ben Roethlisberger to Jesse, is his name? Jesse James Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
I was buying for 52 points, so tough to overcome that.
Roethlisberger's on pace for 48 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's going to throw for like 6,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Pierre predicted this one to be a 300-point over. That was his P prediction of the week. So it's not easy to predict these things, guys. And,
No, it's not.
As you can tell by my
There's no scientific data whatsoever behind these picks.
No.
See how close that was to the projections?
Yeah.
Like the Yahoo projections? That was crazy.
The Vegas odds must have put that one in there. All right. Well, Lou gets up to third. He's in third place now at 3-2. Jay down to 2-3 with everyone else. And yeah, we'll see how we go. We go to next week, and we can talk about the game of the week, battle of first and second place, Pierre and Ryan. You know, I got my first Flutie Magic prediction of the week, so you know it's kind of bittersweet for me, but at least you know. You can't say I'm a loser anymore. I got one right.
Well,
or you could if you want. So I lost, but at least I predicted myself to lose. How did this happen? Pierre, man, Pierre, you just went insane, dude. Third highest point score of the entire year so far with 173. And, man, well-rounded by – just from top to bottom. It seemed like every one of your guys got at least 15. Like, just well –
except not the kicker. No.
Well, DeMarco, I guess, technically was under his projection, but still you can't be complain about 18.7. Same with Hopkins, because Hopkins, he didn't have a catch in the first half. So Pierre had to be excited to get the 16 points in the second half.
I was worried he was going to get dunked. At Minnesota, no way, but I guess he got some garbage time. So it's good news looking forward that he's at least getting some production.
Yeah, you got a touchdown in like the end of the game.
I'll take it.
And they're going to get their division game soon, which is the Colts and the Jaguars and the Titans. So he's got to match up with all those guys twice. So he's going to have some really good matchups in the second half of the season. Well,
actually, next game is against the Colts, right? So he should be on the come up right there.
No, I was watching the Bears offense, and man, just Jordan Howard here, Jordan Howard there, threw him a touchdown. Like, ugh. This guy came out of nowhere.
That was a good waiver decision.
No one even knew who this guy was before the beginning of the year. Even like 2 games into it, no one knew who Jordan Howard was.
I had no idea who he was. I just saw like a clip of him running on the Green Bay.
Yeah, man.
They played Green Bay, right? That's where he replaced Langford.
Where are all these Indiana University running backs coming from? Him and Tevin.
No, he replaced him for the Eagles. I thought he got Langford got hurt on the Eagles.
Oh, was it Eagles? Okay, Eagles.
Yeah, Jordan Howard came out in that Monday night game.
All right. Yeah, I had nothing I could do. I mean, Tevin Coleman sitting on my bench with 26 made me, felt like I got sickle cell. I felt like my spleen was about to explode because I sat him. It looked like he was better than before. It's like the sickle cell thing actually made him play better. I couldn't believe it.
Well, it looks like you got a starting tight end with Hunter Henry.
Could be San Diego boy.
Yeah.
San Diego boy.
Yeah.
Especially
they don't flourish as rookies. It always takes them like 3 years, 4 years to get good.
And to see that Jordan Reed is in concussion protocol.
He's 50-50 to play this week. So, and tomorrow the Chargers play, so I have to decide real quick which tight end to play. So
I think you're gonna have to go with
that's a tough matchup for Henry, though.
It is.
They're running double tight, so he should get something because Antonio Gates is back now too.
And Rivers,
they're running double tight. He's gonna throw all game. So
Rivers attempting a lot of passes.
Yeah, because I got to think Melvin Gordon's gonna stop getting the ball as much because all he does is fumble in bad situations now. It can't be good.
Yeah, true. Sucks.
These
but,
are only running.
Yeah. So Pierre, you got this one, man. Early season lead. The captain goes to 4-1. Congratulations.
Captain.
Look into my eyes.
Look at me.
I am the captain now. You called it.
Okay.
All right. I go to 3-2, second place still, but all right. We're going up to the waivers. We'll talk about the waiver wire pickups from this week. We'll see.
Are we gonna skip Jamil and Steve or what?
Did we not talk about them?
No.
Oh, all
It
right.
does sound like we were cutting it short there.
Okay. All right. So let's go to another big time game, one that we all had something invested in because every single one of us, including Parker, picked Jamil to beat Steve, and Steve ends up just blowing up.
Blowout of the week.
Blowout of the week. No one saw this coming.
We don't even know what to.
No one saw it coming. No one wanted it to come, but it did.
We don't know what to call him either with his semi-autobiographical name changes.
Yeah, I mean, how many times it's got to be the record for most name changes in the season, right? He's on like 5.
Like
telling a story. He started the season. I was back to back. Then I went without a win with 3 donuts.
Then I was the innocent one.
He's 4 caps in against me this week by calling himself Even Steven, meaning he's going to get 2, right?
He's going to go to 3. Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering.
Yeah,
that's a Disney show.
This guy's writing a story like he's Jesus or something.
Yeah, he's a prophet. He's a fantasy football prophet.
Or a fantasy football cheater. We haven't figured that out yet.
We still need evidence on that one.
You'll never be able to.
We still haven't heard from Christina.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did talk some shit on Brian Hoyer, and he ends up having a big game. But the Bears offense, they got those 3 good receivers. That Cameron guy came through, Eddie Royal and Jeffrey, and then they got Jordan Howard and Zach Miller. So that offense looks great, but Steve dropped Hoyer so we can stop. I mean, he dropped him, so it's Carson Palmer's going to be back from the concussion.
Yeah.
What about Sterling Shepard? What happened to that guy? He's been slowing down, huh?
Dropped off.
That's Eli's fault.
Man, he looks awful.
Yeah.
Man, Jamil's team only had 3 guys score double digits. Not good.
That's rough. I was interested how Steve started Coates and Brown, and they both had. I mean, dang, that was great. 33 from Coates.
I said earlier, I don't when a few people were talking, but Sammy Coates could have had 50 points. He dropped 2 other touchdowns too.
He dropped a lot of passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have had 50 points last game.
So they pretty much put Martavis in with a different jersey. It's like the same guy.
Yeah.
They all have dreadlocks. I can't tell which one's which.
At this point, does it even matter who the receiver is? I mean, at first it was Wallace.
Only if you're Marcus Wheaton.
I mean, I think the common denominator here is Ben Roethlisberger. Maybe, I mean, Antonio Brown's great, but maybe he's not as great as everyone is saying. Maybe the common denominator in all this is Ben Roethlisberger. Whenever he's healthy, it doesn't matter who lines up at wide receiver. These guys are Pro Bowl caliber wide receivers, man. Maybe Roethlisberger's just that good.
Yeah,
so
I'm wondering
the Brady effect, huh?
Yeah, the Brady effect.
I'm wondering who's picking up these wide receivers. Who's finding these guys? Because literally there's a line of wide receivers. Guy gets injured. Brian goes out with a suspension. And there's just guys coming in, one after the other.
Coates, when he went into the draft, he was like one of those guys. They called him he's basically the exact same thing Rashard Perriman from the Ravens was. Just a tall, fast guy with, not very good hands. But then he comes into Pittsburgh and he turns into an all-pro. It's just, I mean, I think it's got to be more Roethlisberger than it is the player and the system because they love to throw the ball downfield. A lot of teams in the NFL are frustrating to watch because they don't throw anything down the field. They just run, and then short pass. It's annoying.
Yeah. I want to be at the off-season parties where all these guys are getting high. Like, they have the most dudes getting weed suspensions.
I mean, weed obviously is that important because they're giving up millions of dollars for this shit. So
yeah,
I like weed. Don't get me wrong, but Man, not for millions of dollars.
All right. Well, it's tough to say, but Steve put in a good lineup and crushed Jamil, and they're both at 2-6 in that same 2-6 pack there. So that will conclude our recap of Week 5, and we can move on to the waiver wire pickups for this week.
I feel like there's some potential potential game changers in the waivers this week. There's guys that could probably get plugged right into lineups and starting with
Cameron Meredith.
Yep.
The big three in Chicago: Brian Hoyer, Jordan Howard, Cameron Meredith.
Strikes fear heart of whoever's lining up against them.
It's funny that Alshon Jeffrey kind of just disappeared. It's like Eddie Royal and Cameron seem like better PPR receivers right now.
So did Steve really use his number one waiver for Chris from the Patriots?
He said he was going to a B-dubs. Remember that, Jack?
Yeah, kidding. I thought he was kidding with that. I don't. But
he's the number 4 over there.
Yeah, the 2 tight ends, Amendola and Edelman, and James White and LeGarrette Blount. So he's basically like the 7th option.
He's going to have like big games here and there, but on a week-to-week basis, he's not very consistent. Yeah. No one on that offense is. You never know which guy's going to get it.
Except Gronk.
Belichick does it on purpose.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Up Darren Sproles. He could be a guy I could plug in there just during injuries and bye weeks. You never know. He could have 5 catches for 50 yards or 43 rushing yards type of thing. And he's not going to be a huge 30-point guy, but his floor is probably 10 to 12 points though. So you're gonna at least get 3 or 4 catches every week. So it's one of those things. You're gonna get a couple points with him.
The Orleans Darkwa era is over before it began. Fozzie Whitaker picked up for Club Christina. Is Stewart coming back, or does he have a permanent role?
Stewart's starting this week, so that's why I'm like, they picked up Cameron Artis-Payne and Quasi, knowing that Stewart's starting this weekend, which is kind of awesome for me because I have Stewart. So
kind of silly.
Fozzie Whitaker is basically, he's their pass catching back though, so they'll still be in there on 3rd downs, and I think he still has some value in our league, in the PPR league.
In all honesty, all 3 of those backs can get hella points. They're playing the Saints this weekend, so everyone's going to score.
Hopefully they do. And back in the lineup.
So Pierre, you got Dion Lewis. What are your thoughts behind that?
Stashing him. Hopefully he gets hot for the playoffs.
Okay. He's talented.
He'll be back by week 9? Because they'll be on the bye in week 8. So he should be back.
I really might come back a little before that, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's their goal. I don't know. If you're on the PUP list, I think you have to be out at least 8 weeks, right?
Yeah, you can start practicing after 6, and then I think you can play like 2 weeks after that.
Well, Steve picked up the other version of Dion Lewis and James White, so that could actually be a better pickup than his Chris. What is he just taking the whole Patriots lineup?
He does. He has. Yeah. Someone's got to get it.
It's the one game he watched this week.
Yeah. I mean, James White should be better under Brady than he was with those other guys. So, I mean, that's just one of those. He's kind of like a Darren Sproles type of guy. With Brady in the lineup, he should be decent.
Yeah, he'll get like 50 yards and 5 catches a week.
Yeah, 10 points. Yeah.
Take it.
What's up with Devontae Booker? What happened to
CJ?
Yeah.
I picked up some lottery tickets there. I was hoping to cash out. Yeah, Devontae Booker. I guess, I don't know. Reports are saying that he's been increasing his touches week to week. He's got a nice, sexy matchup against the soft Chargers run defense. CJ Anderson's not doing it, so hopefully this week he takes the ball away because I'm playing against CJ.
You gotta roll the dice on Devontae Booker this week on Thursday?
No, I'm not gonna start.
You got 2 of the best bell cow backs in Murray and Howard, so you'd only probably use those guys if they got injured or if a bye week type of thing. So I think your running back situation, it's looking really solid with those two guys.
I got Gio too. I think Gio's the starter now, correct?
Yeah, Jimmy Hill's hurt.
So you got a slew of running backs just waiting in the wings.
All right, let's do this.
Let's move it on. Should we? Is that it for the waivers?
I picked up Latavius just for a stash, just to see if he
it's a great
gets better. It's a better pickup than Matt Jones. So once his turf toe clears up, hopefully he'll pay off for me down the line.
Yeah, it's always cool to have a Raider on your team, just in case someone needs to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Well, that offense is really high potent right now. So go for the gold, you know.
It's high potency.
What's the over/under on Tennessee defense, Ryan? That's a good pickup versus Cleveland.
Oh,
yeah, that was a good pickup.
Who the heck's going to start quarterback for them? The quarterbacks just get injured every single week. So I'm assuming one of their wide receivers is going to be playing quarterback by the end of the game.
I looked at that. Every defense has played Cleveland. It's a double-digit score. So that was a real good pickup.
So they're -1 versus Tennessee then.
Yeah, well, because I got the Vikings. They're the #1 defense so far, and so this would be a nice 1 week until my Vikings come back.
Nice.
That's what I thought when I picked up the Bills. I was only going to use them for 1 week. But man, besides that week against the Jets, they've been lights out, and they killed it for me last week. And now they get Kaepernick in his first game on the East Coast.
Yeah.
This is going to be. Oh man,
this is a transition right there to the preview.
That's a side story.
Let's talk Jay and Steve matchup.
Yeah,
straight into this.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, so this is crazy. Our projections are really close, high too, 144.8, 141.7. Like I was saying there, I thought I was going to play Seattle defense, but they got the Falcons coming in town, and they've been playing good. And so I just held on to Buffalo for 1 more week. We got Kaepernick coming to town, West Coast to East Coast. Kaepernick sucks really bad. So hopefully he can throw like 4 interceptions, fumble 3 times, and we can get a few run back for touchdowns. But I got a lot of really, really good matchups this week with Cam playing against the Saints, Jordan Matthews and Darren Sproles against the Redskins, John Brown against the Jets, who give up 1 million yards, Will Fuller against the Colts. Really, the only bad matchup I have is A.J. Green against New England, and I don't really think A.J. is a guy that you worry about. You just have to worry about Andy Dalton throwing him the ball. If they throw him the ball, he's going to make plays, but some days they just don't throw the ball. I guess Ezekiel's got a tough matchup, but last week was supposed to be a tough matchup too.
The Packers are the #1 rush defense. They allow like 2.0 yards per carry, and they allow 40 yards a game. So this is strength against strength here. Cowboys offensive line and rushing game versus the Packers #1 rush defense. So I'm definitely interested to see who comes out on top of that one.
With the way the offensive line looks for Dallas, I wouldn't bet against them against anybody, no matter what the rush defense is right now. I mean, they just look like they're just knocking people off the ball. Like Ezekiel's not even getting touched.
It's like Cowboys circa 1990 with Larry Allen and Nate Newton, Eric Williams, and they were saying that Elliott is like a combination of Emmitt Smith's power and Tony Dorsett's speed.
Oh man, yeah. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is not playing Carlos Hyde, because he's basically had a touchdown every week. But if I am playing Buffalo's defense, and so I don't want to be rooting for him not to score, so my defense doesn't lose points. I'm just kind of.
Gurley did okay versus Buffalo last week.
Yeah, Gurley he had like 15 carries for like 60 yards and a touchdown, so nothing special. But Carlos,
I like that Buffalo DST this week. That's got to be the #1 versus Kaepernick at home.
So what does he have matchup? Well, he's got some really good matchups too, man. I mean, Antonio Brown should get 900 against the Dolphins. Carson Palmer could throw for a lot of yards. I mean, he's got Sammy Coates in. I mean, shit, he's got really good matchups too. So, I mean, it should be a shootout. If this is the one you want to take the over 300 points on Pierre.
No, I don't know. I don't know yet.
Okay, so who are we saying is going to take this one, guys? What do we think?
I mean, I'm going with myself. I'm not super confident looking at his matchups, but I can see it. I'm going to guess like a 155 to 153 type of score. I think it's going to be
he's going for the over.
Yeah, I'm going over. Sure, but Not my official pick, but I'm going to pick me.
With the Oracle, Billy Schaefer.
I'm looking at his matchups right now. I don't know. For some odd reason, I don't think the Coates Brown thing is going to duplicate into 50, 60 points again this week.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, I bet. But Edelman has been kind of quiet this year. Freeman and Kristen Michael pretty much going against each other against their own defenses.
Yeah, Freeman with Seattle defense should.
That kind of, yeah, they might stop him.
They throw these guys the ball though.
Yeah.
But we got
check down city.
I'm gonna say close. It's gonna be close. I might give it to you, Jay. I'm gonna give it to you, Jay. I think it's gonna be a close game, but you're gonna win probably by a few points.
There we go.
The only thing I really don't like about yours, Jay, well, kind of is AJ Green against the Patriots Z, but I still think AJ Green's gonna get his. I don't like Jordan Matthews against Josh Norman, but Norman's beatable now.
Matthews plays the slot.
Matthews plays in the slot, so Norman won't even be on him.
Matthews is the slot. I thought he was outside.
No, I mean he can play outside, but majority of his slot.
And I think Ezekiel. Granted, Green Bay is the #1 rush defense, but I think that line is gonna move them around a little bit. So I think you have a good play. So I'm gonna say you real close.
There we go.
Okay, Pierre, what do you got? Who do you got?
I think that Belichick's going to try to take AJ Green out of the game, and that's going to be tough going against Antonio Brown. Both quarterbacks can light it up, both coming off injuries. I like Newton slightly more for the points there, but overall, I might have to lean Steve slightly in a close nail biter. It's going to go down to Monday night.
Yeah.
That's hopefully
Palmer
Palmer a bunch of touchdowns on Monday night. At least some of them go to John Brown to kind of take away some of the steam.
I don't know. Palmer doesn't look like Palmer from last year, so we'll see. But I think Cam Newton.
That's a toast matchup.
Oh, the Jets suck. There's like one of the worst pass defenses.
Yeah.
But
happy for Fitzgerald this
all
week.
right, Pierre, you pick Jay. I think
Pierre picked Steve.
Pierre picked Steve.
I picked Jay.
Cam Newton in New Orleans. Cam Newton, I think, is going to go gigantic score here. Like this could be a blowout or a shootout rather. And so I think just on the fact that Newton's playing in New Orleans, I'm going to go with Jay.
3-1.
Not the magic lock of the week, though, right?
No.
No, maybe he's going to get hot with that shit.
It's too close. So, all right. So we got Jay picked himself. Billy picks Jay. Pierre picked Steve, and I picked Jay. So it's going to be a close matchup, big score either way. And so let's move on to the next one. What do we call this one? The Panty Bowl or the Cat Fight of the Week?
Grab him by
Christina versus Carrie. What do we call this?
Grab him by the hair matchup.
Right. Grab him by the hair matchup.
Grab him by the panty.
Carrie at 2-3, Christina at 3-2. Carrie's got an early 8-point projection. Christina's got Tom Brady coming back after that big performance. What do we see that's going to happen? Oh, yeah. What's going to happen here?
He lights up Cincinnati, man. Especially he's going to be at home. He's going to get another 3 touchdowns, 350 yards.
I agree with her matchups aren't very good. Beckham's going against Jimmy Smith and the Ravens. He already said he's
and Weddle's been there.
Terrence Williams against Denver. Theo Riddick against the Rams. Mark Ingram against the Panthers now. She's got some tough matchups. And like David Johnson against the Jets could really go off for Carrie.
That Greg Olsen play might help you out a little bit though too. Greg Olson's going to catch all over New Orleans.
Yeah, could have a big game there.
How about our boy Crabtree, Mr. Touchdown?
I know he's having a great year so far.
I think he's going to score in Kansas City. It's going to be him outscoring Amari probably.
That's my sports bet. Our sports bet pick of the week is the Chiefs against the Raiders.
It's a very top-heavy lineup for Christina. Like 4 guys who you're like, okay, these guys are going to go off, and then the other 4 is just like, yeah.
This is wow. I'm gonna have to go ahead, Jay.
Light upset. I guess not by point wise, by record wise. I'm gonna go with Carey. I think David Johnson could have another like 35, 40 point game. So I think her matchup is a little bit better with her. I think she's gonna have a. Oh man, this is a tough one. I don't know. Yeah, I'll stick with it. I'm gonna go with Carey.
I just look at both lineups and I'm thinking which one would I rather play this week, and I gotta go with Brady and Beckham and Olsen in New Orleans. It's a tough 3 to contend with.
Yeah, Beckham sucks now.
He does the talent to break out at any second. So
I think they finally realized that he weighs like 185 pounds. So teams are jamming him off the line now. Before they kind of gave him too much respect before. And now that they realize, hey, this guy's talented, but he's a shrimp. He's only 5'11", 180.
And they try to get in his head too. Like they get in his head early in the game. It's almost like he gets taken out of it.
Oh, this is Ty Williams, not Terrence Williams.
It's not Terrence.
Yeah, it's Tyrell.
It's the good Williams.
Analysts are saying that Tyrell Williams is going to be taken out of the game because of how good the secondary is there.
So is this a Dontrell Inman game?
No, they said
Hunter,
him
Hunter
and
Henry.
They did say the tight ends and Melvin
Hunter
Gordon
Henry game
would be the first choices.
The linebackers looked shitty last week against the Falcons for the.
They did. They could throw the ball to Gordon.
Evan Freeman and Coleman catching all kinds of balls on him.
I'm going to go with Carey. I like Carson Wentz against Washington, even though it's in Washington. David Johnson could have a really good game. I think Travis Kelce is going to have a big game against Oakland because Oakland is really bad against the tight end.
They're bad against everybody.
I think Randall Cobb might have a decent game against Dallas. Carolina is, well, I don't know about that D. I think they're going to score a lot in that game. I'm going to have to go with Carey, but it's probably going to be close. Brady's going to keep it close for Christina. Then Ingram.
Randall Cobb is questionable with a neck injury, but probably should play. So that would be an interesting thing to keep in mind because I think Randall Cobb could come off his last week's performance and do something nice. Travis Kelce is finally going to play against Oakland, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm just going to say overall depth of lineup, like you said, Pierre, Christina's got like some big names, but then the middle people are kind of questionable. So I'll go with Carey as well on this one.
Whoa, another 1-3. This is going to be interesting results this week.
So we all picked Carey except for Pierre. Pierre goes on the opposite.
Yep.
I picked Brady.
He's handsome. All right, so we'll go right into that. Captain MVP versus Lou is the next one that
I'm the captain
we'll look at here. He is the captain now.
Matchup again, Pierre in his second top 3 matchup in as many weeks.
This is the meat and potatoes of my schedule.
Oh man, damn! Look at that top heavy. Ooh, look at that roster for Lou. He's got Roethlisberger against the Dolphins, KB against the Saints, Alshon Jeffrey against the Jaguars, Brandon Cooks against the Panthers, Todd Gurley against the Lions, C.J. Anderson against the Chargers. Jeez. 3
of these guys are underperforming, though. So if 2 of them can have a bad week, it's not going to be good for Lou.
They get they get going on the right side here, though. Man, those are some tough matchups for you.
He does have good matchups. It's gonna be violent.
So do you, though.
Yeah, but Pierre, your matchups are awesome as well. You have dynamite matchups.
Man, this could be a really high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think I might. I saved it. This is the one that's gonna go. Let's go over 305 for this one.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
The 305.
Miami. Wow, man. This is a really high scoring. I think every single person on both teams has a plus matchup. Like, it's like 3 stars or above for every player on both teams.
Yeah. Pierre, you took my choice. I was gonna predict something, but now it's
we can both do it.
We can? All right.
Yeah,
well, okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and say it. This is my Flutie Magic prediction of the week. Not only do I say that this is the biggest blowout of the week by Pierre, but this is also the highest scoring matchup of the week. It's not saying much, but I'm saying Pierre blows out.
What? Really? Nice.
Biggest blowout of the week and highest scoring match of the week. So this is a double dip here. Flutie Magic prediction of the week.
Put it in the Chinese finger cuffs.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a slight upset here, and I'm gonna take Lou.
Yes.
Ooh, that's nice. That's going.
I think
someone's gonna win.
Alshon could be out. I think Brandon Cooks could finally get going again. I think Todd Gurley could have a big game against the Lions. I just think even Jesse James against the Dolphins. I could just see like every person on his team getting over 20 points in this matchup. And again, Pierre has amazing matchups too. This could be like 160 to 158 type of thing. But I'm gonna go with Lou in a slight upset to move into the top 2.
Is this your pick of the week, Jay?
Nope, not yet. I haven't even
saving that one. Is Billy still here?
He left the call. I don't know.
He's gone.
Oh.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, we're going captain MVP.
Yeah. And so I guess since Billy's not here, we'll just move on to me versus Billy.
Let's
wait. Yeah, we'll go Jamil and Tony.
We'll do Jamil. Yeah.
Jamil and Tony. This is a weird projection at 146 for Tony. Jamil's got 87 points. I don't know what's happening here.
Jerick McKinnon
he's got a lot of bye dudes.
Blair Walsh and defense.
Finally putting Terrence Williams in his lineup. Now that Des Bryant is a chance he might play. So that's an interesting choice there.
All right, I think I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to go my lock of the week is going to be Tony in this one.
Yeah, that's real far on a limb.
He's probably going to put Cameron Meredith in.
I need one.
Unless Peterson somehow comes back. He just shows up.
Jamil's, it's really gone down the tubes, huh?
Really
Forte, bad. Not who he was. Lacey, injured ankle again.
Lockett never showed up this season.
McKinnon on bye.
Number 1 pick, Peterson goes out early on.
Evans on bye.
He's got Powell from the Jets on his bench.
Okay, I'll change it a little bit. My prediction is Tony wins by 50.
Okay, yeah, make it interesting.
Yeah, my prediction is that by 50.
The prediction is like 60.
A blowout of the week.
I'm sure he'll put someone in as his flex and his kicker and his defense.
Yeah, he will.
At least 20.
All right, so this is your projection of the week?
Yeah, by 50.
Jamil by 50, or Tony by 50.
And maybe I'll make a second prediction. I don't think Jamil's going to get to 100.
Okay, all right.
PPR. Wow.
Yeah, with that lineup. I see it right now with that lineup.
All right.
Is this the game that Martellus Bennett scores 3 points?
It could be. The one where Gronk has 168 yards.
The Tony jinx.
I think Terrell Pryor is going to finally get a touchdown this week and have a decent amount of yards.
Is he going to throw it or is he going to catch it?
He's going to catch it. He's going to do the Mr. Perfect, and he's going to throw it to himself.
Yes.
45 touchdown.
Yep. The Mr. Perfect.
Catch a touchdown this week. I think Terrell Pryor will catch a touchdown.
Okay.
Tony's got the most volatile lineup of receivers. These guys can do like 30 points a game or like 5 with these 3 starters.
Jamal Charles too. He says he's 110%. So Tony's rolling the dice with him. He hasn't really done anything yet, but.
And nice start versus Oakland coming off the bye for Jamal Charles.
Yeah, and Oakland's defense is awful, so there's a good game to come back to. So yeah, over 50.
What does he have to lose? Look what he's playing against.
What's that?
What does he have to lose? Jamil's team is either on bye or injured.
Right, or just not that good.
This is an easy one. All right. So Billy, is he coming back? Are you guys
just
getting text
that his internet went down, so it doesn't look like it.
His dad like knocked his computer over. I'm coming in a minute.
I guess the update didn't go so well. I'm coming in a minute.
All right, I guess we're gonna have a matchup anyways. Here,
Since he's not coming back, we'll just go right to me versus Billy. As he's texting me, internet went down. All right. Ryan versus Billy. Both projected at more than 150.
That's big score.
Wow.
This is going to be an interesting one.
What do we got matchup wise here? Fitzgerald, Ty.
Some juicy matchups.
Yeah, especially if Jonathan Stewart comes back full go.
The receiver matchups here. The receiver. I mean, if you look at all the receiver, the teams they're playing. Man, they're like bottom 5.
The only thing I don't like with his team, I got low battery on my phone too, guys, so it could cut out here any minute. But the only thing I don't like on his is I don't really like his flex position. I don't think Ryan Matthews is a great start. He just hasn't been, especially with that key fumble last week. I think they're going to go a little bit away from that. I would probably lean more towards, Alan Hearns against the Bears, or even Arian Foster coming back against Pittsburgh. But other than that, his matchups are really good. So are yours, but
yeah.
Le'Veon Bell projected for 27.
I know, that's crazy.
Ouch.
Man.
It's because Miami's rush defense is the worst in the entire league.
It's brutal.
Like 150 plus. But I'm a little nervous about Derek Carr. The Chiefs are one of the better pass defenses, so I might have to do some wiggle room there.
I think I read somewhere today Carr is the #1 quarterback of the last 15 weeks, dating back to last season.
I wouldn't doubt it. He has been in some shootouts.
He's #3 so far this year, and came on strong last year.
You know what? I'm going to go with my pick here. I'm going to go with the Megatron to pull the upset here.
Whoa!
What?
I'm doing that because
he's not even here.
I don't trust Tannehill, and so I don't think you're like the 16's a high projection with Landry. I think as bad as Billy's back.
As we're talking about it,
as bad as
everything
is, 27-point projection for Le'Veon is high. I think Melvin Gordon could be in trouble against Denver. So yeah, I think I am going to lean a little bit towards Billy's team here.
I'm going towards Billy's team.
As always.
Except 1 week, but.
So Jay, is this like your pick of the week? Is this like your?
No, I made mine. My hit 'em up. Yeah, win by 50 was my pick of the week.
Okay. All right.
This is my upset. Yes, not even that big of an upset.
Pierre, what do you think of current first place holder here? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm going to lean towards Ryan. I'll tell you why. I just like the running back situation better. But both receiving crews look like they have outstanding matchups. A lot of talent on both sides through the air. But I don't know. I like Carr and I like Bell and even Gordon to a certain extent if he's going to catch the ball in Denver.
Yeah, but Gordon and Coleman both have tough matchups against Denver and Seattle.
Right, and Lamar Miller, is Lamar Miller breaking out versus Indy?
I think he's going to get his first touchdown of the week this week against the Colts.
He hasn't scored yet?
They're going to force it to him.
Oh man. All right. Well, close projection. Looks like it's going to be a high score. This could be one of the higher scores of the week. So the picks are in. Billy's back. And then we'll move on to a very interesting matchup. Steve versus Jay coming up here.
We did it already. That was the first.
Did we do that already?
Yeah.
We did you? Oh,
Yeah,
right. Okay. Which one did we
I
miss?
think we did them all. I think we did them all.
Is that it? All right. I'll edit that part out.
Did you guys do Tony and Jamil?
Yeah, we need Billy. We need your pick on Tony and Jamil and breakdown.
There you go.
I think Tony's going to win that.
I
I can't even.
My prediction, Billy, was that Tony was going to win by 50 and Jamil wasn't even going to get to 100.
Where does Jamil's team go from here? Because he got a little bit of a cake schedule to start off the season.
Man, unless he gets like really lucky and get some people off the waivers that fall to him, or someone just like if Lockett all of a sudden just starts doing what he was supposed to do, or Eli turns the switch and starts being a good quarterback again, I can't see his team really turning the corner. It's just he's had some bad injuries and just guys that have underperformed. So
yeah, and if you look at total points for him, he's about 80 behind the next person. You know, so points for he's way back there, still in the 587.
The good news is that he does have those 2 wins as a slight cushion.
Right.
Yeah, but he's in last place right now. Oh, he's lost 3 in a row. He started 2-0. Okay, yeah.
Cameron Meredith maybe his savior.
There it is.
Yeah, I do like him. I like separate if Eli gets his together. But right now, it looks. I think Tony's team is probably going to take it. Is he starting Jamal Charles this week?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah, I can't look anywhere, so I'm just guessing on what he's running.
Yeah, he's starting Charles against the Raiders.
Billy, what's the over/under on Bennett this week?
On who?
Martellus
Bennett.
Because I think Gronk is actually going to get a little bit more play this week.
What did he say?
I
13?
said Gronk was going to get 160 and 3 touchdowns, but I was just kidding. But
I think that's going to be more balanced this week with Gronk. I think they're going to get Gronk into it more.
It was balanced. Gronk had more yards and more catches last week, but Bennett just had the 3 touchdowns.
He's benefiting from that Gronk coverage.
Yeah. I mean, Gronk had a big game last week. He just didn't score.
Yeah. 109 and 6 catches.
Yeah, just so I mean he had a great game. He just didn't get in the end zone.
I think this will be gets in the end zone. So
yeah, got some big matchups this week. So time to try to get some separation in the SFL with all these 2 and 3 teams.
For sure. All right. Is there anything else we want to discuss? Anything else we want to touch on?
No controversies this week.
Except for the Panty Bowl. It's the only one.
And grab them by the Panty Bowl.
By the Panty Bowl, yeah. Yeah. Locker room talk. It's just locker room talk, you guys.
What was the final tally on the Panty Bowl pick? Who was the picks to win? I think I picked Christina and everyone picked Kerry, right?
Yeah, we had Kerry 3-1. Or did Billy, did you make your pick?
I said Kerry, but it's going to be close with Tom.
Yeah. What do you guys got on this? Did you guys see the Facebook post I made about? I said I flipped over to Trump. He convinced me last night. I think everyone should go out and vote for him on November 28th, like he told people in his
September 28th. September 28th.
He said November 28th, which is 20 days after.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought he said September. I thought he said September, which is like, in the past already.
No, he said November 28th.
November 28th.
Close.
That's
He's probably going to – he'll be living in the Bahamas at that time. He'll be living offshore. He won't even be in America anymore. He'll just get run out of the country. Moving to Canada.
Yeah, he'll get
Did you see that? Where he went to go hug his daughter at the end and she didn't even want to hug him?
He grabbed her ass.
He grabbed her.
He grabbed her
There
in
was
the
a
back of her
private area.
There was a picture circulating at the debate, and like everyone that women that was associated with Trump, they were all standing there and their hands were like crossed, like in front of like their They're trying.
Oh my God.
It's the woman in Donald's.
You guys see the SNL skits with Alec Baldwin as Trump? Oh, it's so fucking good. So good. It's like racy too. They can say whatever they want. They can say, the P word and all that on TV.
This is going to be the election giving us for the rest of our lives.
Yep. All right.
Imagine the ratings on his next reality show after he loses the presidency.
Yeah. When he does it from like Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rico pageant.
Hey Jay, this is off subject, but there's like a terrifying picture of a teddy bear behind you.
Yeah, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. That's scary, right?
None of this is going in the video, by the way.
Kids love
Oh, I forgot that.
No, I didn't.